Well, good afternoon, everybody. Nicholas McGinnis here with Meadow Green Farm. And the coldest day of the year so far in 2023. It was minus 25 degrees Celsius here this morning, minus 40 with the wind chill. And the cows are outdoors. These are red poll cattle mainly. And you can see that they're pretty comfortable. They've got lots of hay. And there's a few calves in here. And they seem to be doing all right. That little fella's about 8 months old. He's still on the mother. And what I wanted to talk about today was how implementing a regenerative agriculture system, in particular beef or any ruminant, if you want to do that and you want to keep the animals outside year round, in order, well, for one of the nice things about keeping the animals outdoor year round is you can scale up your operation, and also you can start with very little overhead. So you have to work with the landscape. And what that means is not only do you have your fields where your forage is, but it's good to think about the woods, the neighboring forest to your field. You know, it's quite typical farmers are going to, right along the tree line, put up their fence, and I've done that many times. But it makes sense on some of these pastures that you're going to have cows out bale grazing all winter to have shelters like this. So you can see we're in a fairly dense, I wouldn't say dense, but a nice canopy above these cows. Some old growth hemlocks, really nice trees. And most importantly perhaps is we have a spring here that just runs year round. It's a really nice spring. Just comes out of the field there. And yeah, so they have water, they have shelter, and then they have their feed right up here. So on the last 24 hours, because of the cold, we put the feed out as close to this sheltered area as we could. And it's minus 17 now. It's warmed up 7 degrees in the past few hours. So it is warming up, and they have lots of hay left to get them through the night. I rolled one more bale out all down the field here, and I took a little liberty upon myself to move the hay further away from this nice windbreak, just with the assumption that the weather forecast is calling for +3 by mid-morning tomorrow, +3 Celsius. So a big change of weather. They have enough hay here to get them through the night. There's a good part of a bale in there. And the cows are relaxed. They're not cold. So if you're working with the landscape, utilize some of the natural infrastructure that's on your property, like the trees, like a ridge line. Just because those landscape features might not be conducive for growing forage, they can provide shelter and enable you to have a system where the animals are out on the land 365 days of the year, rather than have them in a barn. And barns, they do have some advantages. They're wind blocks and they might block freezing rain, but they're just really vectors for disease. The animals don't perform well in there. They're better off outside in the elements, getting sunshine, and moving around the farm. So that's it for today's video. Utilizing the landscape. Regenerative agriculture requires more than just grazing land. You need shelters. And if you put all that together, you can have a really functional piece of property. So thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like the video.